Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of RPGs with Paddy. I'm Paddy. So in today's video we will be continuing with session 6 of the new Game Master month. And after a bit of a rules heavy session the last time, we're going to take it a little bit easier here, but flexing a different, more creative muscle. So we will be using our imagination today. Alright, let's head over to the website. So basically, it is up to you how much detail you want to put into your game and how much you want to prepare for it. It's always good to find the right balance between not preparing too much and obviously taking too much time and not being completely unprepared and scrambling at every question the players ask. So the website gives us 4 key areas we should have prepared for encounters. Some of these are not necessary. So the first one, a map, if the lay of the land matters. So often I find that it's not that essential. I usually play theater of the mind most of the time. Second one is the names of the important NPCs, the non-player characters involved, and maybe some notes on their appearance, personality, attitude, and their reactions to the characters. Number 3 is the game stats for any creature or NPCs the characters are likely to go up against. Whether this is in a fight, you want to know their combat stats, or in another contest, for example, an interpersonal skill, you might want to know what their persuade or deceive or perception skills are as well. And finally, the mechanisms and difficulties of any traps or environmental challenges present. There are also handouts that are specifically made to be given to the players. For Midnight Sub Rosa, for Trail of Cthulhu, the invitation to the academic salon is an example of this. For A Rough Landing, the Runequest scenario, I don't think there is anything specifically meant to be given to the players. We do get a map of the North Market, but I don't think there's anything we're supposed to show to the players, apart from the map of Johnstown, the city itself, maybe. Similarly, in The Taker of Sorrow, for Numenera, there are no handouts to give to the players. So for this session, we don't need to worry about those handouts, but apart from in Trail of Cthulhu a little bit. But in general, it's a good idea to have those prepared as well. Now we move on to one of the most important parts about running a game, which is how the GM, the Game Master, presents the world and the people or the creatures in it. You already have some stats and names, and sometimes even attitudes written in the published scenario, but you will flesh it out. So the material for this session is really creative, so I'm going to leave it to you rather than you listening to my creative ideas. It's good for you to flesh it out the way you want to do it. So I'll just briefly read through the task, but try to think about these points for yourself. So the last session, especially for Runequest, was quite a bit of work learning the rules, especially for combat. I'm almost there, but there's still a few small things I need to get more familiar with. But what we want to do today is look at the 2 most interactive encounters in this introductory scenario, A Rough Landing. The opening scene, where we arrive at the market to find the trolls causing trouble, and the encounter the following morning, where we deal with the legal ramifications of what we did or didn't do. So you can't fully prepare for this because you don't know what your players will do. But what you can do is think about the non-player characters, the NPCs they will meet. How do they act? What do they look like? How do they react to the players? In particular, the website says that we should consider Farran, the young town guardsman. So he's brand new and not so sure of his authority, and he's trying to stop the trolls. You should also think about the angry troll mercenaries and the great troll Hungry, and also Georgera Latish, administrator of the city, who comes in to break up the fight. I would also add in Orngerin Holdfast, who is the city Rex, and he is the judge for the trial the next morning, and also gives you the main quest after the trial to go out to the farmlands. So apart from that, think a little bit about the surroundings. How will you describe the town of Johnstown and the countryside to the players? Don't go overboard with this, but just imagine what it sounds like and what it looks like. Maybe how's the weather? What are the smells like? So just think about the main encounters in this scenario, and you can take a few very short notes if you want. This little bit of thinking ahead of a scenario will really help you run the game. You don't need to do everything. In fact, you shouldn't do everything. These little points that you write down now, or even just think of now, will help you fill in all of the blanks when it's time to play the game. Okay, so it's certainly nice and relaxing to get a less intensive task this week where we can just focus on our creativity and just kind of imagining the scenario. So we already have most of the rules, we know how the game will run, but now we're thinking about, you know, the how we are going to describe it to the players. So really do enjoy. This is one of the fun parts about being a GM. Well, there's many fun parts, but this is maybe one of the most enjoyable, where you can just flex your creativity and, you know, make the world your own before presenting it to the players. As I said, don't over prepare, because you can't prepare for every eventuality, and having too many notes or too many ideas can kind of tie you down and kind of constrict your creativity, your improvisation on the day. So just have a few ideas and don't be too stuck to any idea, but just you've spent a little bit of time already getting to know it. So when it's time to actually run the game, you'll be able to riff off that. All right, so that is the end of the nice short video for today. Enjoy your creativity. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.